Hello, my name is Millington. I'm Chief Executive of the Asian-Australasian Flyway Partnership based here in Korea. And we're here to celebrate World Migratory Bird Day again, this time for 2017. And the theme this year actually is a very nice theme. It's called Their Future is Our Future. And I think this is particularly appropriate for a couple of reasons actually. The first is that it addresses the interconnectedness between humans and nature, and particularly migratory birds, and that we all share the same planet and we depend upon each other and our environment in so many different ways. So I think that's a very important point to highlight, especially as the planet is changing so rapidly these days. And the other thing that I think is important about it is that it forces us to look at the future and to think, what is the future that we want? The future that we want for us as a society, but the future that we want for also all the different creatures that share this same journey with us. So, what do we want their future to look like? We just had our annual meeting of partners, our 9th one in Singapore, and we also went through the same exercise of saying, what is the kind of future that we see for our flyway? What do we want to have in that flyway in 10, 20, 30 years? What is there in terms of migratory water birds and their habitats? We talked about a network of flyway sites that are secure and safe and well managed so that birds would be able to continue their migration into the future. We talked about the important interconnectedness again between people and birds and the places, and the fact that we're all in this together. And so if people care about birds, if people care about the places they live, then generally what we will have a flyway that's working. We will have people who care and people who are happy to see the birds come back each year. This year, 2017, in our flyway, we're going to focus on a couple of very charismatic shorebirds, the red knot and the great knot, which travel all the way from their non-breeding grounds in Australia and New Zealand up through the flyway to nest in Arctic Russia. So these birds are great travelers, and they have particular sites along the flyway where they rest and stage and are able to refuel and rest to continue their journey, particularly in the Yellow Sea region of China and Korea. Their habitat is shrinking, and the places, the staging areas, are getting fewer and fewer, and so more and more birds are concentrating in these smaller areas. So it's very critical that we take care of the places that not only they spend the breeding season and the non-breeding season, but the staging areas in between. World Migratory Bird Day is a celebration. It's about celebrating the fantastic journeys of the migratory birds. When they leave their shores in the non-breeding areas, Australia and New Zealand, people say farewell to these birds, wish them well on their journey, and we need to make sure that we take care of them in the countries of the flyway, all the way up to the Arctic, to their breeding grounds. And so, as part of this celebration, we have arranged some traveling exhibition that will follow the birds from their wintering grounds in New Zealand and Australia through East Asia up to Russia. And we hope in this way to create awareness of, first of all, the amazing migration of these birds, but also of the dangers that they face on migration because of habitat loss, because of pollution. And as we think about that dependence of us humans and the environment into the future, you know, it's quite alarming the way some of the trends that the planet is showing now with the global climate change and habitat loss are quite alarming for us. It's the life support systems we depend on, and we're not taking good enough care of them. And we need to take much better care of them. We need to take better care of them for us and the services they provide to us, but also the services they provide to nature. And migratory birds are a very, very important part of that. They're a very important signal to us that the planet is healthy, that things are working, that systems are working. And so if we take care of the birds and we take care of the planet, then we have a good future together. And their future is our future. And hopefully it can be a happy and healthy future. Thank you.
Let's celebrate World Migratory Bird Day!